Why the cold shower?
I just like the vigorousness of it's very stimulating to the skin. It brings the cold water therapies have been used forever.
Right.
You don't have to be a masochist about it and stay in there for like 20, 30 minutes. We're not trying to be the ice man.
Right. Okay.
You know?
Right.
And I make sure I don't panic breathe.
Okay.
I will use the burst breathing.
Okay. You're going to teach me some breathing later.
Oh, diaphragmatic.
Okay.
No lungs. No, holding your breath and all that. It's just very similar to Hicks and Gracie breathing. Yeah. So in. So. And I keep and it keeps you calm. And sometimes and you just relax, and it's amazing. The cold water doesn't feel all that cold. But, just a minute, 90 seconds, it's enough.
Okay.
You get it. But I do like to rub myself, too.
While it's cold. Get all the cold around there.
And then I'll just stand there and let it run down the back of my neck. And, you just stimulate your metabolism and the brown fat cells. And cold water is really good for your skin. But you don't have to become the ice man and, jumping naked and, freezing water and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you can get all the benefits from just
a few minutes.
Seconds,
Okay. Yeah, I jump into the cold pool a couple times a week now, and I like to spend about 10 minutes in there just to kind of give me a reset. Yeah, I think it helps me mentally. And when I can with the shower, I just force myself in, and there's something there.
There's something about the cold water treatments, and the Greeks used it, the Romans used it later, the Finns and the Norwegians have used it forever. It's been around. Yeah. It's very ancient. It's not. None of this stuff is new.
Sauna as well.
In Japan, they would swim in the cold ocean. A lot of the warriors, the samurai, they would train.
Right, and Hickson went in the cold before the Pride fight in the movie Choke, right? And he was
in
that cold water, right?
Freezing cold stream, man.
Yeah.
But it's time honored,
Yeah.
They talk about it, cold water therapy. But once again, you don't have to be a masochist. You can take a warm shower and then gradually taper it. I would recommend people start cool and build up to cold.
Okay.
Over time.
Okay.
And it's good to start in the summer.
Right.
Like right now, the water's still kind of warm.
Right.
Even on cold, it's not cold. And as the winter progresses, the water gets colder.
Right.
And soon you'll be fine.
Yeah, you can train yourself to get more used to it. Yeah.
Now, I learned another technique. I've always been interested. I'm kind of a Slavophile. I've always been interested in Russia.
Right. Yeah.
Growing up in the United States, the Iron Curtain was always like foreboding. We always wondered about those guys. I grew up, during the Eisenhower-Kennedy thing, the Cold War, the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, yeah, you really saw
all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I grew up with the nuclear deterrent threat, with Rocky IV, with the Ivan Drago, and I'm a few years behind you, but still, it was a big. It
was a big scene.
We were terrified. It was
kind of like it's getting now with North Korea again. It's like history went full cycle.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, the only thing we knew about Russia was the Olympics. There we got to see their athletes, and they were always magnificent.
Yeah.
They were so stoic, no facial expressions. Win or lose, they just, that Russian demeanor, always so dignified.
Yeah.
And the wrestlers, being a wrestler, I love the Russian wrestlers. Alexander Karelin and some of these
What'd you love about him?
Just everything about him. Okay. Just his he was very humble. He never had any emotional displays, win, lose, draw. Just, very humble guy. And just a beast on the mat. And just incredibly built. And, he's from Novosibirsk. I went to Novosibirsk.
Which is like Siberia.
It's
up
the
there.
Furthest eastern town.
Okay. Oh, right, all the way on the other side. Yeah, okay.
Way over in the
towards
middle.
Japan.
Yeah, he's like the governor there now. He's like a politician.
Okay.
But anyway, that's all we knew, right? So I got real interested in like some of their ideas and their habits, and then later I found out that they have their own martial arts system that was completely non-influenced by Asia. A lot of people think that Russian martial arts is Sambo. No, that was basically a Russianized form of Jiu-Jitsu and Judo.
Okay.
There was a native Russian martial art, they just called the system, and the root of that was called Izvor. Izvor is kind of loosely translates to pure water, 100% Russian. Grappling, striking, everything.
Okay.
Ground fighting, everything. Really good. The knife and stick, incredible. So I just mix in a little in with my jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I think Elliot Gracie jiu-jitsu is the finest.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I wanted to get a little bit more knife and stick expertise, and I really like the Russian style.
Okay.
But along with this system, they have a whole health system,
Okay.
whole Russian health system. And one of those things is dowsing.
All
And
right.
I did this for years when I had a home. It's hard to do here when I travel, but I guarantee if I stayed at any place for a while, and what you do is you fill a 5-gallon bucket with ice water, and you go outside, and you take this bucket, whether it be winter or summer or whatever, and you very slowly pour. A 5-gallon bucket is big. I don't know how many liters that is. They have gallons here, right?
Yeah, they got gallons. It's probably 20 liters.
Like 20 liters.
Think,
It's a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And you slowly pour it up the front, over your head, and then your back, but it got to be slow.
Okay.
The tradition was 3 of those,
Okay.
but 1 is enough. And then you vigorously massage yourself, and then you'll breathe, and the steam just flying off your body. And then you stay in the cold air for a while and then towel up. I did it in Philly for years and years and years.
Okay.
When I first learned, I did 7 years straight. And in that time, I didn't have one cold.
Really?
One
So you're
cold.
outside in the
My
freezing
kids would
cold.
get sick. People in my gym and my jiu-jitsu school would be coming down with the flu. I did not get sick.
'Cause you're
Got
out
close, but never.
Because you're out in the winter with a cold thing of water.
It just builds that immune system, man. And I just did it the old Russian style. I do 1 bucket in the morning and 1 before bed. And it sounds weird. You think it would stimulate you and make you wide awake. It really promotes a nice sleep.
Okay.
You really sleep good.
Okay.
And I would just wear a robe. And my backyard was such that I could be bare-ass naked without anyone seeing it. My neighbors couldn't see me.
Okay.
Because the way I had this big wall, and in the corner where the spigot was, I could hide back there. Had an air conditioning unit with a fence. You couldn't see me. So I would just walk out there with my flip-flops and my robe. I would just roam, kick the flip-flops off, stand on a little wooden platform. The bucket would be there. I would do, and then just breathe, coarse towel, and then I would do mobility work, just joint mobility, just kind of work on
Naked.
my body, completely naked while I warmed
Man,
up.
you must have, yeah, the kids must have just wondered what's going on. This is back in the 90s in Philly.
Man, my son used to do it, man. He
Really?
used to come out, yeah.
Wow.
And my daughter was never into it too much, She would do the buckets, right to fall, but
Okay.
winter it wasn't for her. man.
Okay, so that's the cold water kind of
That's
treatment.
the
cold.
original Russian cold water
Okay,
treatment.
okay,
It's called
alright.
dowsing.
Okay.
And you can read about it.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.